Term loans and leases part 2. Okay, let's go back to the previous exercise. Well, I asked you on the previous one, I'll ask you to find the PMT value of the loan and the PMT value for leases which paid at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. Okay. Given that the acquisition price of assets is 100 million rupiah and the tax is 30%. For long term, the interest that the bank give is 16%, which paid at the end of the year, and N is 5 years. Leases, I is 15%, N is 5 years, and there is no salvage value for leases. And we have to find the leases for both for paying at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. So now this is the alternative term loan. We have to calculate the payment that needs to be paid by the company in order to pay back to the bank. Okay, so the loan is actually the value of the asset, and the loan payment, yeah, that's the payment, of course, for the company. Now that's the same with the equation that I have taught you before. So now let's fill in all of them. Okay, so the loan itself is 100 million. So let it be in million. All right, so this is the PMT, the payment that need to be done, and here is 1 minus. So all those things here, I will remake that as 1 plus I, which I is 16%, right? And the N here going up, so it will be minus 5 here. So that's the same with this one, yeah? And this over 16%. Okay, so 100 PMT, and this will be, right, let me calculate that first. So here I have calculated as 3.274. So then the PMT is 100 over 3.274 is 30.54 million rupiah. Okay, so this is the payment for the company. Okay, to pay back for to the bank. Okay, now you remember, so this is actually not the end of the things here. So after the payment has been calculated here, so next step is to find out all of the things inside the payment here that need to be put into the income statement. Okay, so we need to break this down into the income statement. Okay, you know that inside the payment here, the loan of the payment here, there is the principal of payment, right? Plus interest. So these things are actually that we pay to the bank. Now what you need to understand is that how is the structure of the principal of payment and the interest for 5 years. Okay, for 5 years. So for the period of time when this is N, yeah, for the time period when the company having the loan with the bank. Okay, now let's go on with how we can break this down. All right, so this is the same as the previous one. Let's continue. Now what you need to know is how the bank structures the loan repayments. Okay, you must recognize that regular payments with a constant value contain interest and loan principal installment. So I write here down that the installment, the regular payment, or in the word of the terminology in the bank is installment. Actually, this is equal with interest plus the loan principal payments. So the regular payments or the installment here is actually the payment that we have calculated before, and the interest here is the I times the remaining loans times the principal remaining loans, and this one is actually the payment minus the interest, of course. Okay, now the way to break this down is that we start by calculating first from the principal remaining loans. Starting from the first year, the principal remaining loans, of course, is the initial loan value. Yeah, right. Next I will make a table for this material. I will put here the year, the n. Okay, and here is the principal remaining loans. Consider it as remaining loans, and here is the installment or the PMT, and here is the interest, and here is the loan principal payments. Okay, so let's make a line over here. This is also line here. Wait, it's just too big. All right. Okay, so year one, the principal remaining loans will be 100 million, because this is the payment is at the end of the year, right? So say this is 100, this is in mil, yeah? This is also in mil. All of them here is in million. You put it by your own here, okay? Mil, all right, I'll make it for you then. Mil, right? So the installment, as we have calculated, we have to pay that. Oh, sorry, the company have to pay that 30.54, right? Now the interest comes from I times principal remaining loans. It means 16% out of 100 here. So that will be 16. And the loan principal payment is 30.54 minus 16 is how much is that again? 14.54. Okay, so basically this 16 is the income for the bank. Our payment actually only 14.54 out of 30.54. Understood? Right. Now next, second year, principal remaining loans, of course, comes from, we have paid only 14.54, not 30.54. So this will be 100 minus 1454 is equal with 85.46. Yeah. Again, this is the payment we should give, but the interest for the bank actually 16% out of 13.46, which is 13.67. Okay, if I too fast, then you need to pause, yeah? Press the pause, you calculate it with your calculator. All right, now loan principal payment will be 30.54 minus 13.67, which will give you 1687. Right, now next is the third year is again 100 minus 1387. So again, I'll go back here again. So the income for the bank is 13.67. The real loan that we paid back, or the company paid back, is only 16.87. That's why the remaining loans will be 100 minus, not 100, sorry, it should be 85.46 from here minus 16.87, and that will give you 68.59, right? Why I always write here 6? Okay, now 30.54 is the installment. Okay, and this is the 16% out of 68.59, and this is 1097. Okay, and next is 30.54 minus 10.97. It is, wait, yeah, times 1957. Okay, next is 68.59 minus 19.57. That will give you 49.02. Again, this is our installment, and this is the 60% out of 49.02. It is 7.84. Okay, so you see here, pause for a moment. The interest as a source of income for the bank is deducted, yeah, for the years, along the years. So you see here it becomes 7.84 after year 4. Okay, so it's going to reduce along with the years, and the loan principal payment also getting bigger. 7.84, it gives you to 2.7. Now here at the end of the year, it is 49.02 minus 2.7. That is 26.32. So again, this is 30.54. 16% out of 26.32 is 4.22, and this is 30.54 minus 4.22 is 26.32. So you see here that it's already the same with the principal remaining loans. Okay, so loan principal payment at the end here is already the same with this. Okay, now the real interest here as the source of the bank's income, this will be put also into our into the company income statement. So you see each year of the interest statement for the income statement of the company, it should be different each year, yeah, with this kind of value that we have calculated here. Okay, all right, I'll go next. So how do I will make this to the income statement, and how can we make this the sum of all of the real payment actually for the loan? All right, so this is the resume of the things that we have done before, and I mentioned this as the loan payment schedule. Next, we have to calculate the present value of all the payments that will be paid each year until the deadline. This is actually to identify the cash flow consequences of asset ownership. Even though this requires that we evaluate profits for purposes of determining tax liability. So this actually, the operating cash flows that incurred in period of Y that are only happen when the asset is purchased. So we need to make this cash outflow schedule. This is for a loan alternative. Okay, so here I divide it into 8 column. So the Y over here is the year, and then here is the installment, which is the payment that the company needs to spend for purchasing the asset. And here is the interest, and the third one is depreciation. Why we need here, this is actually for the tax shield. So the interest inside the payment of the installment, and also the depreciation cost of the assets itself, is actually contain the tax shield. I have mentioned this before, that using interest and depreciation is actually to reduce the the value of earning after tax, so that the company can receive more earning after tax compared with the one without interest or depreciation. Okay, so that's why it is called a tax shield here. And the cash outflow that occurred in this schedule is 1 minus 4. Here is the cash outflow, and here is the discounted factor during the years. And so this is the discounted factor of the cash outflow. So basically that we need to see that for along the period of the loan payment here, actually this company purchasing the asset, right, by using the loan payment, loan term, loan schedule, right. And now here is the cash outflow of the company for purchasing that. This is also the cash outflow, yeah, which is here from column 5. So every year here is there are cash outflow, and we need to discount it, all of the cash outflow here for each period to the recent year, which is year 0. And as you know that to make this happen, then we need to make this as present value of 1. So this is COF times 1 plus I minus 1, PV2 COF 1 minus I over minus 2 until the fifth, yeah, here. So this is PV5. Okay, right. So this is the PVIF, means that 1 plus I power minus n, and this is the result of PV, yeah, which is PV1, 2, and 5. Okay, If we go back again to the exercise above, yeah, we see here that there is a straight line depreciation method. So it means that by using straight line the method, it means that the the value of the depreciation comes from the outlay, initial outlay here was here 100 over 5, which is comes from 5 years, and it gives you 20, yeah, million, of course. And then the interest, right, we have to make this as the interest after tax. Okay, so that is 1 minus 30% times 16%. So this is 11.2%. Why do we need to have this? Because this is our discount factor for discounting the cash outflow. Okay, so here the interest after tax that we use for discounting factor as for PVIF here. Right. So now let's start. Okay, year 1. Our payment or installment here is 30.54 million. All right, and the interest which come from the loan schedule is 16 from the year 1, and the depreciation is 20. So the tax shield for both interest and depreciation is 16 plus 20 times 30%. So column 2 plus column 3 times 30%. So that will give you 10.80 million. And cash outflow will be column 1 installment minus the tax shield. So basically the cash outflow that the company pay is 19.74 million. And the discounted factor for year 1 is 0.8992. Yeah, you just put over here. Yeah, remember that I have make the time value of money before this slide. And after that, the present value of the cash outflow year 1 is 19.74 times 0.8992. And that will give you 17.75 million. Next year is the same. Again, installment is 30.54, and the interest from the interest schedule is 13.67. Depreciation remain the same, 20, and the tax shield will be 13.67 plus 20 times 30%. Cash outflow is 20.44 out of column 1 minus column 4. PVIF is like this, and cash outflow of present value is 16.53, right? The same again as year 3, installment the same, interest from the schedule of loan, depreciation is 20, tax shield here is 9.29, etc. until the cash outflow is 15.46. So now I need you to prove it by yourself until the year 5. Prove that your outcome will be the same as this. Okay? Until the year 5 like this. So then it means that uh, all of the total present value of the cash outflow is 77.94. So which comes from the sum of all of this. Yeah? So you see here that the cash outflow present value is 77.94 million. So this comes from the loan for purchasing the asset. Now we will have a again we will calculate also the cash outflow which come from leases. Yeah, then we compare those alternative with loan, which one will give the smallest cash outflow, of course, then that will be the best choice for the company for the asset, either to purchase by using loan or to lease. Okay, right, I'll end the loan video here first, and I will continue that to the third part for leases.